Up a steep, muddy track deep in the woods, Jane Jonas is building a small tribute to what the deaf community can achieve. The site is still a work in progress, but Jane and her two business partners have big plans. There's just one small cabin here right now, but the founders are hoping they can raise enough money to build 9 more in the coming years. Only businesses from what Jane calls the deaf ecosystem are involved, from deaf contractors building the cabin to deaf artists decorating it. After setting up her own web design business, Jane quickly learned how inaccessible the business world is for deaf people.
And that's what it is. So
through an American Sign Language interpreter, she tells us communicating with clients is a constant challenge.
People associate strongly with sound, and there's the sense that you must be able to hear and speak to be able to function. When people find out, oh, you can't hear, you can't speak, they feel like they can't communicate or interact with you. They just break down on the spot, and it's incredibly hard to break through that.
A report by the National Deaf Centre says deaf people are more likely than the general population to own their own business. The report also says owning a business enables them to bypass challenges and biases in the workplace. Ryan Malazewski with Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., which is dedicated to deaf and hard of hearing students, says entrepreneurship opens up more opportunities.
Deaf people typically go to work for larger companies or the federal government, where they have larger budgets that can cover the costs of interpreting services or contract services, whereas with self-employment, they can actually create employment opportunities for themselves.
Back in West Virginia, Jane is getting the cabin ready for its first guests. While she believes our audio-based society still excludes her community, deaf-run businesses create opportunities for themselves. Giles Gibson, CGTN, West Virginia.